Welcome back to episode 2 of The Keys of Marinus, The Velvet Web. We're going way back to the 18th of April 1964, and I'm with 4 people who know this serial rather well. I'll let them introduce themselves again.
My name's John Gorrie, and I directed the 6 episodes in The Keys of Marinus, this particular story.
My name's William Russell, and I played Ian Chesterton.
I'm Caroline Ford, and I played Susan.
And I'm Ray Cusick, and I designed the sets for The Keys of Marinus.
Except not that one you've just told us, because that was from another programme, is that right?
Yeah.
You pinched.
Poor old BBC strapped for cash.
Oh,
Ouch.
now this is an unusual set, isn't it, Ray? It's rather big as well.
In fact, when I was having the set constructed in the BBC workshops, I was, in a way, sort of reprimanded at being too indulgent, using too expensive materials. I should have chosen something cheaper.
But it does show on screen, doesn't it?
Oh, I think this is one of the best sets of the whole 6 stories, because
but doesn't it cry out for colour? If only we'd had colour TV then.
There were at the
Funny
time.
you should say that, Carole, because there was a line in the first episode that was cut, which explained where the Doctor had been when he first met Ian and Barbara, which was along to the BBC to find out how to make colour television, but they wouldn't tell him. It's a shame they didn't, otherwise we
That
could
would
have
have
seen
been
this in
great,
full
yeah.
colour.
Oh, I wish.
There's a deliberate mistake on this set. At the back, there's a large gauze on suspended, and we couldn't get it any higher for some reason, and it had to stay where it was for the time factor, because John Gorrie wanted to get on with camera rehearsals.
a likely story. No, we didn't have much time.
Barbara really has slipped into that dress very quickly, since she only vanished about 3 seconds before the rest of you.
You see, she's so sort of practical, Carole, of Susan. She was such a practical, sensible girl. That's what I love about her. She's so sort of alive and on the ball and,
Oh,
great.
thank you, John.
Wonder what all that is? Oh, it looks like we've got a roast chicken there.
Do I remember it correctly? I think the stuff was all actual, real stuff, wasn't it?
It looks
I
very
would have thought
real.
so,
I think
yes.
it was.
Was.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been cheaper to have real stuff than to have it made. I mean,
Yes,
I suppose so.
exactly.
That's quite a low shot. Are we seeing off the edge of the sight, the curtain?
Yes, we are.
Yes,
Yes.
a bit. But it's not too bad. It's not that noticeable.
Top right.
Top right, yeah. See, you did what? Oh, that's the.
Oh, this is Robin's introduction, yes.
This is the introduction of Robin Phillips.
He's a big, famous theatre director now, isn't he, in Canada? Or he was for a while.
Yes. No, I knew Robin because we were together. We were fellow actors at the Bristol Old Vic, and he became a friend of mine, and I prevailed on him to do this part because I think he looks like those illustrations of that you see in children's books of princes, and I thought he looked perfect for the part.
He's such an elegant-looking person, isn't he? Lovely man, I remember.
It's a very it's a very short dress he's got on there. I mean, you quite often see his underpants. I didn't
Absolutely.
No, they weren't his underpants. They were his sort of whatever you call them, thongs. I think they were done.
Oh my word!
Aren't you? Are you
Very
not allowed to say
principled
thongs?
boy.
But Daphne Dare, who did the costumes, was also with Robin and I at Bristol doing the
Yes, that's
costumes.
right.
So
I was going to say, yes.
she
was at Bristol.
yes,
She was
so
a very clever designer.
Oh, she was a wonderful
Daphne.
designer. One of the best costume designers I've ever had the pleasure of working with. She was very, very good. But I think Robin was also in his when he was training to be an actor, he worked at Morris Angels, so he knew a lot about costumes too.
Yes.
So between the two of them, they'd hatched up this amazing costume for him, which then suddenly changes later in the episode and becomes, I don't quite understand why, but it does.
It's amazing. If you watch Robin's performance, the really amazing thing about it is, as Barbara says later on, he doesn't blink, and he really doesn't blink. It's almost painful to watch. So keep an eye on his eyes as he comes back in. It's frightening.
Well, in those days, there were a lot of rather daft myths about television acting, and somebody may have said to him, I mean, it certainly wasn't me, because I don't subscribe to this at all, that if you didn't blink, it sort of was more effective. So, you know...
Yes, I have heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it first in the film studio.
I-
People saying, keep your eyes
Yes,
open at
yeah.
all costs.
Yes, but he'd probably been told that.
Strange.
Yeah.
I think
Surely that's part of his character
Yes,
in
he's-
this.
But
isn't it?
no, I think he thought this would be a good idea anyway from the character, because he's not quite an earthling. He's somebody a bit
and
strange.
he's under the control
Yeah.
of strange forces at this point.
But I did once work with an actress who I noticed in rehearsal, she kept her head very, very, very still, not in this series. She kept her head unnaturally still, and I said to her one day, you seem to be a bit stiff in your head. And she said, oh yes, no, I do that deliberately because I've been told that you mustn't move your head on television. And I said, I beg your pardon. I said, no, you just behave naturally, don't worry about it.
Like green makeup. At one
Yeah.
time, people said you had to wear green makeup on
Yes.
television.
There were these sort of myths in those days.
Now, this is an incredibly complicated thing for the time. In a moment, as we'll see, we have to cut between two sets. The set all opulent and beautiful, and the set all destroyed and ugly. Now, how did you do that? It's just incredibly complicated, it looks. Did you have to build two sets side by side, Ray? Or
I think we did, yes.
because you'll see, you get point of view shots of Barbara looking at the others, and it's disgusting. And you cut back to Barbara; she's in the opulent set, so it looks like it was fiendishly complicated to do.
That actually is not particularly difficult to do, paradoxically enough, because you simply put them in one set and her in another and cut between the two. I mean, it's not that difficult.
Didn't we have dead rats or something at one time in it?
If we did, I don't think did we?
To make it look even more horrible. I mean, I don't know if they were real dead rats.
Yes, I remember, actually.
This is a very beautiful girl
I
called
remember,
Catherine
and I remember
Schofield.
John saying that he didn't like stuffed dead rats.
There you
And
go.
can you take it off the set?
Really?
Yes.
You've made that up, Ray, I
No,
swear.
I haven't.
Yeah, there's two of us,
No.
you see.
It's true.
I said I didn't want dead rats on the
You
set.
didn't like them. You didn't like stuffed rats.
Who does?
Yeah, right.
Well, if that's the truth, that's the truth. But I keep being told things that I did on Doctor Who, which I'm not at all sure that I remember. But if you say I did it, I probably did. This is the bit you meant about the sets changing.
Yes.
Because she's now going to turn and look, and it's going to be horrid. No, you see, she would have been on one camera in one set.
Well, there is well, we'll see in a moment. There's a sort of crowd scene which you obviously cut very, very cleverly, because it looks like they're all there together, but from different points of view it looks different. But you'll have a look in a moment. Oh, poor Jacqueline Hill, always being chased and taken over, and
No, they're still in the beautiful set there, aren't
yes, we'll have a look in a moment when she wakes up.
they? Oh, I see. It happens later.
It's like practical orange juice there. I'm guessing by this point, the four of you, the main TARDIS crew, were really quite a little gang. You were all getting on very well and very friendly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does it really push you together in sort of almost in adversity to be working on this amazingly fast turnaround and the pressure of studio work? You become a little gang.
I think if
through
you
that.
didn't get on well, working under those conditions, you just couldn't do it at all. I think it would be very explosive because there was a lot of stress.
Here we go.
Yes. It looked like there was probably a little recording break there to move them across to the other set.
Yes.
It would have been a very fast move otherwise.
You see, probably it distresses me that I'm not cutting to and fro there, and I should be, and I don't quite know why I'm not. I should be going back to Barbara. Perhaps it was simply not possible to do it.
So,
See, that's the first time you've seen Barbara, and we
but
should
also
have
they're all back there with her, so they must
Yes.
have moved again back across to the other set. So. Oh, I'm back again. So
Yes.
it looks like you actually did have some rare recording breaks
Oh,
with
there
this.
must have been recording breaks. You
Yeah.
couldn't do it without.
Dirty rag.
I have to say, this is a perfect example of what would have been much more effective in colour, because the fact that if it had been in colour, you would have seen the contrast much more
Yeah.
starkly between the beautiful set and the ugly set.
That's true.
But it's difficult, isn't it? Because, I mean,
See,
who is the viewer's point of view? Is the viewer's point of view theirs or Barbara's? I mean, it's it's a very complicated setup, isn't it, this?
I guess you're directed to side with Barbara, aren't you? That she's the only one who
Yes.
realises something's gone.
Oh yes, you have to
Horribly wrong.
see what she sees, except
When she's seeing it, but when you're looking at her and them together...
well, then they're in the beautiful set again. You see.
Robin seemed to change completely.
Yes, because he's now in the beautiful clothes,
Yes.
in the
Is he?
beautiful set.
Yes.
With his
And
mayoral
in Barbara's
chain.
eye line, he's in the.
It-
I have to say, I don't think I'd hardly dare criticise Daphne, who was a great costume designer, but I don't think there's enough difference between his two costumes, and I find it slightly difficult to distinguish. And possibly I should have said something at the time, but I expect in the rush one thought,
You
oh
had
well.
a few other
there
things
we
to
go.
think about.
Yeah.
Now this is rather a nice set. This has
Yeah.
got lovely angles on it, and people coming from out of the darkness.
And some great shadows, actually. I think
Yes.
they're actually, you've been very lucky with this story so far. They've lit very sympathetically your sets, Raymond.
Yes, they have.
Maybe this is an old set they had from the Mask of Zorro or something. It's a bit like that.
I don't remember this set.
Altos at the moment is an enemy, isn't he? It's only later he becomes a friend.
Yes.
Yes, it's kind of Barbara alone against everyone who's been hypnotised at
Yes.
the moment.
Oh, those things. Literally, those things gave me nightmares. That's the only... People say, what's your favourite or worst monster? They're asking me all the time.
This was another set which didn't involve any scenery construction at all. It was the backing was black drapes. There was the door, of course, leading from the other set, but it was entirely special effects.
Yeah.
But really, your eyes are glued to the monsters.
Oh,
aren't
they
they?
are
Which
gross.
How did you make those? They're brilliant. Were they rubber or...
Yes.
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 Because they sort of pulse, I'm guessing.
Yes,
there's
they
some-
were operated from underneath the table, yeah.
I
They
have
have
to
a
say
tube of air
again,
going up or something.
in real life they were much more extraordinary. Again, if you saw them in colour,
Yes.
it was much
Yes,
more
yes, I
extraordinary
was
than
going
they
to say
look
that.
in black and white.
Yeah.
And their voice, is that Heron
Heron
Carvick?
Carvick. Well,
Brilliant.
Heron Carvick was a radio actor that I didn't know personally, but I'd heard on the radio a good bit, and I thought if there's one voice I want for those strange eye pieces, it's this very dry, very kind of sinister voice, and he was happy to do it. And Catherine Schofield, who plays Savitha, was I'd taught her at Lambda. She was a Lambda student, and it might well have been her first job. She was, as you see, a very beautiful girl. Again, cast like Robin, because I thought they looked like a sort of prince and princess type.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Actually, it's funny, you were just saying, Carole, about we were seeing most things from the nice point of view, but now we're seeing them all from the horrible point of
Yes.
view. So
Yes.
it's an empty room with a mug in it.
Including an enamel mug.
I suppose it saved a bit of money showing the horrible side there. Otherwise, you'd have had to build a lovely laboratory with computers and machines.
I think it would have been too confusing if we'd been keep switching back and forth. People wouldn't have known where the hell they were.
She's got a very ethereal quality to her as well, isn't she? It's
She was
Oh,
strange.
very
girl.
much.
She's sort of childlike, which is, again...
It's really Jacqueline Hill, I suppose, is having to carry this episode, isn't it? Was it always nice when each of your characters maybe got an episode where you had more to do than at other times? Did you sort of get something to get your teeth into?
Oh, I didn't have many of those. I think the sense rights, I probably got a good innings, but apart from that, I don't think they knew how to write for Susan.
Well,
Yeah.
I think you
She
do
seemed a bit superfluous.
quite splendidly. I think it's a great part, and I think
you.
you do it absolutely beautifully. I
Oh,
really
John,
do.
thank you very much. I myself was a hell of a tomboy and very physical, and they never gave me.
Yes, but that's exactly what comes across. It's
Yeah, but
exactly
they never
that sort
give
of
her any of that
tomboyish,
to do.
keen. Well, it's there, and it really is, and it comes across, and that's what's so refreshing. Is this energetic little girl who wants to be in on things, wants to do things. I think it works a treat. I really do. I was really. I found that almost the most noticeable thing when watching them again after all these years. I thought, my God, Carole Ann was really in there.
Oh, John, just carry on talking like that. It's music to my ears.
Well, I think I hadn't sort of quite realised it at the time. That's really why I thought it.
Oh.
Now, this is the final episode for William Hartnell for a couple of weeks because he gets a nice holiday. Which I guess again pushes the onus, especially onto you, William, because you became the lead then with William Hartnell away, which I guess must have been nice.
Yes, yes. Yes, I enjoyed it.
I guess you all needed your occasional holidays because of the
And
pressure and pace.
Yes.
But I guess sometimes it must have been tricky for the writers to find ways to keep you out of action for a couple of episodes so you could jet off somewhere nice.
Well, it didn't happen very often. I can't. I can't
We had
remember.
one in that first year each, didn't we?
We had one,
break.
I think. Yeah.
Yes. Considering how intense it was.
You see, that's another example of how I should start with Barbara and bring her in, instead of which I have to start with the set and she walks in. It's just because there's no room and you can't.
Was it difficult to get were the cameras very cumbersome? And
They were certainly a great deal more cumbersome than
Huge,
they are
weren't they?
now. They were huge, great things, yes. But
Did you know that somebody actually stole a camera from TV
yes.
Centre?
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine? They were enormous,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
elephantine things.
We did have, there were in those days some really very remarkable cameramen who could do things with those great heavy cameras that you wouldn't believe. But there was particularly a man called Jim Atkinson who was one of the greatest pedestal cameramen. It's the greatest pedestal cameraman I ever worked with, and he was a great inspiration to a lot of us directors. And if you were prepared to allow him to suggest, which any halfway intelligent director was, he would really help you. I don't think he worked on Doctor Who, but there were a lot of there were a few absolutely excellent cameramen.
Yuck. Oh, that's gross.
No, it's lovely. He sounds like a very stern headmaster, doesn't he?
Yes.
It's very good, though. The quality of the voice
Yes.
is very good.
It's a sort of thin voice.
Yeah.
I assume those jars were specially made, Ray, so that they could be.
Yes, they were.
Tries to
Yes.
smash. Although I think she only manages to smash one
They
of
didn't
them.
smash, did they?
No.
So she was very clever because she then started beating about at the bottom of it, which made it.
There we go.
Oops.
There she goes.
Oh, that one.
That one did. Then they didn't. There she goes round the bottom. Very clever.
Oh.
It is actually quite difficult, well, not only difficult, but in fact quite dangerous to smash glass in a studio. I can remember, again, on something else that a young lad had to smash his fish tanks, and he had the fish tanks, and he was desperate to do it. And I said, I'm not letting you do it on camera. It's too dangerous. If a piece of glass gets in your eye, that's, you know. I said, we'll do it off camera with sound effects and do it that way. But he begged me. He said, I'll write a thing saying I exonerate you from all blame. And I said, I'm terribly sorry. I can do with that. I'm just not prepared to have it on my conscience that this could have happened. So, you know, we didn't do it. But
that's health and
were
safety
they
even then.
perspex, those domes, or were they
I
glass?
can't remember, actually.
Because if they were glass, what she's doing is actually quite dangerous.
Yes. There is, of course, sugar glass.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
it must have been that.
Yes.
But I think with a fish tank, we couldn't use it. It had to be
No.
the real thing.
Actually, he's still not blinking.
He's still not.
Well, the truth of the matter is he didn't blink. As a human being, he didn't blink.
Perhaps he wasn't a human being.
And this scene is sort of to justify the Doctor's absence now for a couple of weeks. Decides to jump ahead to episode 5. Was William Hartnell rather grandfatherly towards you in real
He
life
was
as well?
I think, you know, the bounds of reality were a bit sort of fuzzied. I'm sure he really thought that I was 15, and he at times thought he was my grandfather, or that he should certainly adopt a grandfatherly attitude. We had one or two little set twos about it, actually.
It is very endearing on screen, though, isn't
Oh,
it? It really
no, I
does
adored
come
him.
across
No, I loved
beautifully.
working with him. He really allowed you to have something to bounce off from. You know, it was just brilliant. He was such a strong character.
Well, it was a very strong lineup of the 4 travellers, really. You all had something different to bring.
Yeah, I suppose we did.
Oh, we did that without a black screen.
Just with the noise.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes,
wonderful
the
noise.
noise.
Looks like you get the cliffhanger this week, Carole.
Yeah.
I've had a strange relationship with plants ever since this.
Sometimes your throat must have been red raw after some of this screaming and
I
shouting. You had
developed a
to do.
technique.
No. Actors all know how to do that because they're trained. That's what they know how to scream and shout without, you know, doing damage to their throats.
And now I train other actors to do it. So just as well I had that experience.